Hi, welcome to Storytime with Gigi. Today we're reading a story called The Seven Princesses. By Smiljana Co. Smiljana Co. I hope I said that correctly. It's a pretty name. I like the pictures too. Once upon a colorful kingdom, there lived a king and queen. And their seven spectacular princesses: Rosamund, Amaryllis, Azura, Violet, Indigo, Hazel, and Aurelia. Each princess was kind-hearted, quick-witted, and highly skilled, but they could not have been more different. Rosamund loved math and building. Aurelia loved instruments and music. Amaryllis loved fashion design and sewing. Hazel loved gardening. Azura loved animals. Indigo loved swimming. Violet loved drawing, painting, collaging, sculpture, and basically anything involving the arts. The seven princesses did everything together. There was no better sound in the kingdom than the sound of the princesses laughing and playing. But they didn't always laugh and play together. Sometimes they had terrible fights. One day they had the biggest fight in the entire history of princess fighting. There was no worse sound in the kingdom than the sound of this fight. Aurelia insisted Amaryllis got sequins inside her trombone. Rosamund said Aurelia's music was much too loud. Azura shrieked because Indigo had been swimming in her swan pond. Hazel shouted because Azura let her pot-bellied pigs dig up her turnips. Amaryllis demanded Hazel stop cooking stinky Brussels sprouts. And Indigo lost it because Violet's paints were taking up way too much space. Violet painted a less than flattering portrait of all her sisters fighting. Boy, it sounds like they're really getting on each other's nerves. Rosamund never wanted to see her sisters again. Aurelia never wanted to hear her sisters again. Amaryllis wanted different sisters. Hazel wished she just had her garden. Azura wished she just had her animals. Indigo wished she could swim away. And Violet wished she was alone. So each princess had her own tower built. And each princess stayed inside by herself. So now they're showing where everyone's tower is. Look at all the towers. At first it was just fine, but after a while something started to change. Looks like they miss each other. The princesses started to forget all the fun, and not so much fun, they had shared together. Once it had seemed there was no worse sound in the kingdom than hearing the princesses fight. But it turned out there was. The silence was much, much worse. The silence lasted and lasted. It lasted right up until one extra gray day when Violet found an old picture. The picture made Violet remember all the spectacular times the sisters had spent doing everything together. She had an idea. Violet folded the picture into a paper plane and flew it right into Indigo's tower window. When Indigo got the picture, she remembered the time the sisters laughed so hard they split their seams and got cheek cramps. She felt so happy inside she quickly sent the picture to Azura. When Azura got the picture, she remembered how the sisters jumped in the royal leaf piles until sunset. That made her so excited, she passed the picture on to Hazel as fast as she could. When Hazel got the picture, she remembered the play they performed when they all dressed up as the 7 dwarfs. That made her laugh like she hadn't in years. She had to send the picture to Amaryllis right away. When Amaryllis got the picture, she remembered horseback riding on the beach with her sisters, splashing in the sea. That made her heart pound so hard she wanted to share the picture with Aurelia at once. When Aurelia got the picture, she remembered the legendary piñata party she and her sisters threw. She was so over the moon she had to get the picture to Rosamund pronto. When Rosamund got the picture, she remembered how once, when the sisters were little, they connected all their block towers together. And this gave her an idea. Rosamund quickly got to work, building swirly slides, twisty tunnels, colorful catwalks, and bejeweled bridges so the princesses would never be separated again. Finally, the 7 princesses were reconnected. They laughed and played, rejoiced, and remembered together in harmony. And once again, it was the best sound in the whole colorful kingdom. That night, Rosamund gave Aurelia a royal karaoke machine, and they turned the volume all the way up. Aurelia glued sparkling sequins all over her oboe on purpose. Amaryllis ate all of her Brussels sprouts for dinner. Then she asked for seconds. Hazel made a special spot in her majestic garden just for Azura's pot-bellied pigs. Azura had a statue of Indigo built in her swan pond. Indigo made less than flattering faces on purpose, which made Violet laugh and laugh. And Violet hung up the picture that had brought the 7 princesses back together. Which hangs inside the castle to this very day. And that's the end. I hope you liked our story. Make sure that you like and subscribe and share with your friends. Bye until next time.